Hey everyone, it's Jenny from Homestead Corner. Today I thought we'd talk a little bit about soups. When we're stocking our pantries, a lot of times we're looking at the basics. We're looking at beans, rice, fruits, vegetables, ingredients stuff, meats, things like that. We want to make sure we have enough to throw things together to make foods and meals and things like that. And today I thought we'd talk a little bit about soups, and just like instant just add water soups. There really is a big variety out there if you look around. I noticed they're not all together if you go in the soup aisle in the store, there are some soups there. I like to keep lots of dried soups, and that's what I have for you today. It's just a bunch of different dried soups. Just add water to it. Canned soups are wonderful, but the dried soups really don't take up a lot of space, and you can pack tons and tons of them in a small area of your storage, and all you have to do is add water to it. So these soups are super simple to make and easy. One is a little bit more complex, but it's my favorite. And so let's jump in and see what we've got. So the first one is super inexpensive. I think this was about $2, and it's Idahoan potato soup. This is really a nice hearty soup, and it has the directions on the back. You can add a little bit more water to stretch it out, or you can add a little less water and make it a more thick hearty soup, which is really nice, and it's quick and easy. Just takes a couple of minutes and you've got nice hot soup. And the next one is my husband and my girl's favorite, absolutely, is the Lipton extra noodle soup. This makes 6.5 cups of soup. Just this one little box, which is really nice. You just add water to it, bring it to a boil, and that's basically it. It takes like 2 minutes to boil, I think. It's really simple. We put grilled cheese with this, and it is a dirt cheap meal. Cheaper than cheap. I love it. These are between $1 and $1.50 a box, and there are 2 packets inside. So you can split these up. If it's just 1 or 2 people, you can use, this will make 2 different meals. So there are 2 packets in here. So that's really handy because some people have bigger families, they're going to use much larger portions. But when it's just 1 or 2 people in a house, you don't want to open the soup that feeds 8. And I totally understand that, because some of us don't all like the same thing, and that's okay. So this is a great one. And another one, I really like these, the rest of my family doesn't, are these little ramen noodle soups. They're naked noodle, they're called. They're about $1 a pack. I haven't seen them around forever, but they're really super good. And this makes, I think you just add 1 cup of water, or 1.5 cups water, I can't remember. But they have a whole bunch of different kinds of these. This one is Vietnamese vegetable pho soup. And then the pad thai soup is super good. And my favorite is the Thai coconut lemongrass. And these really help when you just have your food in your pantry. If you're having an extremely poor week, you don't have money for food, or if, you know, shit hits the fan and you're going to be eating rice and beans for a long time, or anything like that. Job loss. If you've got a job loss, these soups are super inexpensive, and all of this stuff is inexpensive, really. For what you get, it makes, a lot of them make quite a bit of soup. But these really help. If you've lost your job and you're out of work for a couple of months, 2, 3, 4 months, and you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, these come in super handy. All of these soups will, because just water, they're easy to do, and you know, it just brings that good flavor and stuff like that into your meals. And you know, you can have a bowl of soup and a little bit of rice on the side. You can add rice to most of these soups if it's not filling enough. They're really easy. And then I found this bowl noodle soup, spicy chicken flavor. These are great. They come in a little microwave bowl. Like, I don't have a microwave, and if we didn't have power, you know, that's okay too. But if you don't have power, you can heat these up in a pan. Just put everything in a pan, empty it out of the bowl. These work. We buy these and we don't have a microwave or anything like that, so we cook everything on the stove or the wood stove or out on the fire. That's just how we cook. So so these are super handy, and they don't take much longer than the 3 minutes than the microwave directions, so you just got to dump it in a pan. And the next one is really good. It's a Vietnamese style faux soup bowl, and it's Annie's Chunks. This one is really good. It's got a good year on it for the shelf life, and it's nice and tasty. It's got a lot of vegetables in it and noodles and stuff like that. I really like this one also. And again, it's one of those microwave bowls, but you just throw this in a pan with the water and cook it right on the stove is what I do. And then Bear Creek makes wonderful, wonderful soups. They're really, really good, but they're big containers. I think all of the ones I've ever bought were all 8 servings, which is like half a gallon of soup. It's a lot of soup. But this one is really good. The chicken noodle is super duper good. We like this one. It's got a lot of noodles in it, and the flavor is really nice. And for $3, 8 servings is really a great deal. And the next one is a vegetable beef soup. This is another one that's really good. It's got noodles and veggies, and it's really, really good. We like that. And I personally am a broccoli and cheese girl. I just love that. So, you know, I don't know about 8 servings. I don't want to share that much. I might take a double serving of this one, definitely. But I always do. Cheddar and broccoli, this one's really good. It's a nice, warm comfort soup for those cold winter days. And again, just water. That's all you have to do to these. They are so easy to do. And then these little ramen noodle soups. These are super cheap. They're like 36 cents a piece individually, but this has 12 packages in it for under $2. So if you buy it like this, it's really cheap. They're less than 20 cents a piece, and like 15 cents or something. And you can add to these. You can add a little bit of dried vegetables. You can add different flavorings to it. We use these noodles for a bunch of different things. So, but they make really good soups, and the noodles are really nice and filling. So, and the last one I have for you is a 15 bean soup. This takes quite a bit longer. You have to soak the beans and then cook them. I usually cook it in the crock pot all day long, and then I add like a half a pound to a pound of beer brats to it. You can throw in a ham bone. It does have some seasoning in here. I don't use the seasoning packet, but you can, and a lot of people love it. So, but this is really super easy to make. Really, all you have to do is add water. You don't have to add meat to it if you don't like it. They're really good and so good for you, all those beans. And this makes a ton, because this is a pound of beans. And there's 15 different kinds in here, so you're getting lots of nutrients out of it. But soups are one of those things that I just think is really important to have in the pantry, just to cut up the monotony of the everyday meals and things like that, especially when you've only got your pantry to eat from. There comes a time, I think, for everybody that some weeks we just don't have that money. You know, things are happening, stuff goes on. I have had weeks myself that I just didn't have money to go to the grocery store, or I had $35 to feed 6 people. So without our pantry, we would have starved to death. having these little extras, and they're all pretty inexpensive, really beefs up and cuts it up so it's not just rice and beans, and you know, it's not just I have 25 jars of the same soup. And you know, I don't keep 20 of these in the house. I just keep a couple. I got a couple of this, a couple of that. You know, it's just to break it up. So if we are just pulling from the pantry, then at least we've got a little bit of variety to throw in once in a while. And that is it for today. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.